Good morning, dear cadets. So we are in the coordination compound, okay, and almost entire unit is finished. Only two things are left, that is bonding in carbonyl compound and application of coordination compound, uses of coordination compound. So almost I am making video after the gap of 10 days, but I have already uploaded videos to the YouTube, and I hope that you are watching it, okay. And now after the finishing of these two topics, I will start the organic chemistry. What I was planning, that when I will start organic chemistry, by the time you will be in the school, but nowadays we can't say anything, so just bear with me. Organic also I will teach as usual. I have finished the remaining units, okay. So just be prepared to study the organic chemistry also. So within two videos I will finish this unit. This video and one more video is required to teach the application of coordination compounds, okay. So now I am beginning with carbonyl compound. So what are the carbonyl compounds? Carbonyl compounds are homoleptic coordination compound. What is the meaning of homoleptic coordination compound? The compound in which one type of ligand is present, they are known as homoleptic compound. So the carbonyl compounds are homoleptic compound because in these compound there is a one type of ligand, that is CO, okay. This is carbon monoxide, CO. Please just distinguish between this CO and this CO. This is carbon monoxide and this is cobalt, okay. So always remember, the size of carbon and oxygen should be similar, okay. So what are the carbonyl compound? Carbonyl compounds are those compounds in which carbon monoxide is acting as a ligand with the central metal atom. So means carbonyl compounds are homoleptic compound, and where carbon monoxide present as a ligand with the central metal atom. Of course, as a central metal atom, only D block elements or F block elements would be there. So as an example I wrote here, central metal atom, nickel, iron, chromium also you can write, chromium, nickel, iron, etc. Okay. There are some other characteristics of these compound. Actually in syllabus only bonding is there, but directly how can I teach the bonding without knowing something about the carbonyl compound? So this is the introductory part of carbonyl compounds, and afterwards I will jump into the bonding in carbonyl compound. The bonding in carbonyl compound, that is most important, and that only will be asked. But prior to this one, you should have some information regarding the carbonyl compound. So the second characteristics of carbonyl compound is they are solid or liquid at room temperature. They may be solid or liquid at room temperature. Next one thing is, in carbonyl compound, central metal atom oxidation state is 0. Here you add oxidation state. Oxidation state is 0. Oxidation state is 0. Okay. Means let it be any central metal atom. If CO is present as a ligand, the compound will be named as carbonyl compound, and the oxidation state of central metal atom would be 0. They may be mononuclear, binuclear or polynuclear. So mononuclear means only one central metal atom. Binuclear means having two central atom. Polynuclear means having many central metal atom or atom only. Ion is not the case here because the oxidation state of central metal atom is 0 here. So ion word will not come, only central metal atom word will come. Okay. Mononuclear carbonyl compound are light in color. Means whatever mononuclear carbonyl compounds are there, they will be light in color, while binuclear and polynuclear are thick in color. They will be thick in color. Now examples of mononuclear carbonyl compounds are, this is tetracarbonyl nickel, 0. This is pentacarbonyl iron, 0. This is hexacarbonyl chromium, oxidation state is 0. So these are the some examples of mononuclear carbonyl compound. The example of binuclear carbonyl compounds are Fe2CO whole 10. This is whole 10, and their structure also I made here. There is a single bonding between iron and iron, and here what is there? With each iron atom 5 CO atom is making coordinate bond. Okay, now try to understand. CO is ligand, CO is ligand, but the question arises here, out of carbon and oxygen, which is donating pair of electron to the central metal atom? Carbon is only donating pair of electron to the central metal atom. I will make the molecular orbital diagram of carbon monoxide, then you will come to know that who is donating pair of electron to the central metal atom. One more question is here, try to understand this one. Bonding in carbonyl compound is so special, that is why it is important for the exam also. Here back bonding is also there. Will explain you one by one. Just see bonding in carbonyl compound. Just see this structure. M, generally what is there? What is the meaning of ligand? Ligand is the species which is able to donate pair of electron to the central metal atom and capable of making the coordinate bond with the central metal atom. If it is donating pair of electron, then only it will form the coordinate bond with the central metal atom. Here you just see in this figure, now CO, this is the normal coordinate bond, because CO is donating pair of electron to the central metal atom and now forming sigma bond. But one more bond is there here. Just see this bond, means central metal atom is also donating pair of electron to the CO. So this is a special type of bond. Generally what is there in coordination compound? Ligand is donating pair of electron to the central metal atom, but in carbonyl compound, in addition to the donation of electron by ligand to the central metal atom is also donating pair of electron to the ligand CO. That is why carbonyl compounds are so special. I hope that you are getting my point. Why carbonyl compounds are so stable, or why carbonyl compounds are so special? Okay, most important thing is their stability, their extra stability. They are more stable as compared to other coordination compound. Why? Because here single bond, suppose this is central metal atom and this is ligand, so only one type of bonding is there, only one type of bonding. Ligand is donating pair of electron and forming coordinate bond with the central metal atom and forming sigma bond. But here in carbonyl compound, this bond is also there. So this bond means central metal atom is donating pair of electron to the ligand also. So this is back bonding. Back bonding concept in 11th class I taught. This year I have taught, where I have taught in P block I taught back bonding concept. So back bonding means central metal atom is also donating pair of electron to CO, okay, and forming pi bond. So because of the presence of extra bond, this compound means carbonyl compounds are so stable. They are so stable. Two types of bonding is there. One between ligand and central metal atom, where ligand is donating pair of electron to the central metal atom. Second type of bonding is central metal atom is also donating pair of electron to ligand and forming back bonding. So because of such kind of bonding, this effect is known as synergic effect. What is this one? Synergic. Synergic means combined effect. Synergic effect. So this bond, sigma bond, is strengthened by pi bond also, resulting into extra stability of carbonyl compound. Okay, now for better understanding, we'll make the molecular orbital diagram of this CO, then you will come to know, and we'll make the orbital diagram for explanation of bonding in carbonyl compound. Okay, so just see molecular orbital diagram of CO as a ligand. Just see. You know the molecular orbital diagram. This is carbon, this is oxygen. Atomic number of carbon is 6. Atomic number of oxygen is 8. So first S2, 2S2, 2P2 for carbon. Here what is there? First S2, 2S2, 2P4 for oxygen. This is Px, this is Py, this is Pz. Here also this is Px, this is Py, this is Pz. Okay. Now first yes I am not filling, because if you want to fill you can fill. This is just see. This one, this and this. This is sigma first yes, this is sigma first yes anti-bonding. Here 2 electron, here 2 electron. Here also just see 1 electron, second electron. Okay, no problem at all. And now try to understand 2s and this is 2p2 in carbon. In carbon what is there? 2 electron is there in the px and p means in 2p orbital. Here 4 electron is there. Now little bit filling of electron in molecular orbital is bit different here in case of carbon monoxide, because last year I taught you the rule. Up to nitrogen rule is different, after nitrogen rule is little bit means what to say, twist is there. Okay, so there is no need to remember that one. Right now just you focus on here. Just see, here 2s 2 electron is there. Order I wrote here. Here I did not write sigma first s anti-bonding because it is understood. First electron should be entered in sigma 2s. Sigma 2s, then second one is sigma 2pz. Then what is there? Pi 2px, pi 2py bonding. Then sigma 2s anti-bonding. Then pi 2px, pi 2py anti-bonding. Okay, this is the order. Just you remember this one. And now try to understand. 1 electron of this one will be filled here, and 1 electron of this one will be filled here. In this way sigma 2s is completely filled. Now 1 electron and 1 electron is here, is still left. So those electron will be filled here in sigma 2pz. So sigma 2pz is also filled. And now here 2 electron is there. So px 1 electron will come to pi 2px, and 1 electron of this one will come to pi 2py. Still here 1 electron is there, but here electron is not there. Now pi 2px 1 electron will make pair here. Okay. Now pi 2py 1 electron will make pair here. Now still here what is there? 1 electron is there. So 1 electron this one and 1 electron this one will make pair here. And now if you want to check here, just see how many total electron is there. Let us not count this one. First yes. So 2, 3, 4. Now 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I am not counting this one. First yes, because I have already filled this one. So don't count. Total 10 electron is there. And here also 10 electron is there or not? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. Now try to understand. There is no use of molecular orbital diagram. I want to explain this one, sigma and pi bond. That is why I made here. Now let us pay attention here. So CO is a ligand. Okay. So what is the meaning of ligand? Which is capable of donating pair of electron. That is the ligand. So in carbon monoxide act as a ligand because of donation of electron from sigma 2s anti-bonding orbital. Sigma 2s anti-bonding orbital. Just see, I made this heading. Just see here, arrow. This bond is resulting into the donation of electron from CO to central metal atom. Who is donating electron? Sigma 2s of this one. The purpose of making molecular orbital diagram is to explain the special kind of bonding present in carbonyl compound. So carbon monoxide act as a ligand because of the donation of electron by sigma 2s anti-bonding electron. Okay. So now that is the normal coordinate bond and that is sigma bond. Okay. The most important thing is here central metal atom also donate pair of electron to the ligand back. Generally what is there? Ligand is giving electron to the central metal atom, pair of electron. Here central metal atom also donate pair of electron to the ligand, resulting into formation of very strong bond. And when central metal atom donate pair of electron to the central ligand, so that is the pi bond, resulting into the formation of pi bond. So just see. Now this is the central metal atom diagram. Okay, so in central metal atom diagram, let it be nickel, iron. There are two kinds of orbital. One orbital which are fully filled and another orbital which are not at all filled, means they are left vacant. So the central metal atom which are left vacant, they are receiving pair of electron from the ligand and forming the coordinate bond. Similarly, those orbitals which are completely filled, in case of carbonyl compound, they donate their filled orbital electron to the ligand. So just see, here vacant orbital, see, vacant d orbital of central metal atom. So that vacant d orbital of central metal atom, that will accept the electron from carbon monoxide. This is sigma 2s anti-bonding. This electron, these two electron, it will donate and it will form sigma bond. Okay. Now central metal atom has got another type of orbital also, which are filled d orbital. These are filled d orbital. So these filled d orbital, they means this filled d orbital of central metal atom, it will donate these electron to carbon monoxide, this one, pi to px, pi to py. Okay, so just see, here carbon monoxide is the receiver of pair of electron also from the central metal atom. The central metal atom filled d orbital, they will give their electron to the carbon monoxide, this one, pi to px anti-bonding and pi to p by anti-bonding orbital. Just see, these are vacant orbital. So they are the receiver of, just you can write, they are the receiver of pair of electron from central metal atom. They receiver of pair of electron from central metal atom filled d orbital. Okay, so just see, which is the receiver? These are the receiver. Don't misconstrue me, I am talking of this one, pi to px and pi to py. So just see, both kinds of bonds are formed here. One when ligand donate pair of electron, and another when central metal atom donate pair of electron to the carbon monoxide. So when ligand donate pair of electron, who will donate? This orbital. This is this one, sigma 2s anti-bonding. So just see, here you can write donor of pair of electron to central metal atom. Okay, this one, I hope that you are understanding this one. I will write in the word also. So just see, I will delete here this side and will write the meaning of all those types of bond. Okay. Okay, so I wrote here, reason of extra stability of carbonyl compound due to the presence of two kinds of bond. One is sigma bond. When sigma bond is formed, when sigma 2s anti-bonding orbital of CO donate electron to central metal atom, then sigma bond is formed. And the second reason is due to the presence of pi bond. When filled d orbital of central metal atom donate pair of electron to pi to px, pi to p by anti-bonding of CO, carbon monoxide. So just try to understand, due to the bonding between metal and ligand, this bonding, metal and ligand, this creates synergic effect and resulting into the making normal coordinate bond strong. Okay, so normal coordinate bond is between CO and M, but because of the formation of metal and ligand bonding, this creates synergic effect which ultimately strengthen the normal ligand metal bond. Okay, so here two types of bonding is there: ligand metal bond, that is the normal bond. Here metal ligand bond is also present. Okay, so that word I will write here. Just I am rubbing this side, just see. Due to the, here I am writing, due to the presence of metal ligand bond, it creates synergic effect and ultimately it strengthens metal ligand bond. Yes, metal ligand bond. So due to the presence of this one metal ligand bond, this ligand metal bond also become strong. So this is also back donation only. This is back bonding. What is this one? Back bonding. So I hope that you have got this one. Okay. This is only synergic effect or back bonding. So this is the reason behind the extra stability of carbonyl compound. In this way the bonding in carbonyl compound is also over. Little bit clarity may not be there, but once you will read it thoroughly, definitely you will understand this one. If you understand this side, this one, then there is no problem at all. Okay, what are these? These are pi 2px anti-bonding. This is also pi 2py anti-bonding. Okay, these are the vacant orbital. Okay, so now here you can write heading bonding in carbonyl compound. Okay, so this is also finished. Now limitation of CFT. Now merit of CFT. What is the merit of crystal field theory? The merit of crystal field theory is it completely explained structure, magnetic property and color formation of coordination compound. Okay, coordination compound. That is the first merit. What is the second one? It also explains successfully the formation of inner orbital complex and outer orbital complex. Okay, successfully explained. Not only this one, low spin, high spin, all these things successfully explained. There is no problem at all. Actually, this is the basic criteria of valence bond theory, but LF means crystal field splitting theory has given new dimension to this concept also. So there is no problem at all. But what are the limitations of CFT? CFT, this theory completely, the first and foremost limitation is this theory completely deny the presence of coordinate bond between ligand and metal. Okay, and now in valence bond theory, what was there? That was the basic criteria, that between ligand and central metal atom there is the presence of there is a presence of coordinate bond, but in CFT there is not at all presence of coordinate bond. Okay, coordinate bond means covalent bond. Okay, coordinate bond is the special case of covalent bond. So you should not get confused, because in NCERT book they have written word covalent bond. So both are same thing only. Another important thing, that is the most important limitation of crystal field theory. Just see, the order of ligand arranged in the spectrochemical series. Just see, all negatively charged ligands, they are categorized as a weak field ligand. Let it be iodide ion, fluoride ion, chloride ion, all are considered to be the weak field ligand. But the basic concept of CFT is all ligand contains point charge. Okay, just you read the CFT theory, one place I told you that ligand contains point charge. So when they contain point charge, then only splitting would be there, na? So according to this concept, all ligand contains point charge. So since they contain point negative charge, so they should cause more splitting, especially negatively charged ligand, they should cause more splitting. So since they are containing point negative charge, so the causes of splitting should be more. But in spectrochemical series, all weak field ligand has been put in the weak field ligand category. So this means a setup of or arrangement of ligand in electrochemical series is controversial. It is paradoxical, because according to CFT, ligand contains point negative charge. Because of that, splitting is more. So negatively charged ligand, they should cause more splitting of d orbital. But all negatively charged ligands are considered to be weak field ligand. So means CFT theory that deny their own, or you can say CFT theory rule over its own basic concept. Rule over or not, negatively charged ligand should cause more splitting, but here in a spectrochemical series, all have been placed under the category of weak field ligand. So in this way, your limitations and merit of CFT theory is completely completed. Now I will give you some questions related with this unit, and afterwards I will wind up this one. And there is one more aspect, that is the importance or application of coordination compound. I will complete in another video. So okay dear cadets, now in the next video I will give you some questions and will teach you the application of coordination compound. Now duration is more. Okay, thank you.